What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I'm back with another Out of the Theater review. Now, tonight, I did go check out the latest in the Planet of the Apes reboot series. This will be the fourth film called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This one was directed by Wes Ball, who, of course, did the Maze Runner movies. Those are the only movies that I know him from. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. Before I do, if you would please consider subscribing to the channel and go ahead and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified every time new videos drop. Also, if you could just give me a thumbs up down below, helps the video do well, and leave me a comment. Did you like this movie? Did you hate it? Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? I want to know your thoughts. Okay, I was pretty excited for this movie. I thought the trailers looked pretty good. If you don't already know, me and Alex, we recently covered the original trilogy, the Caesar trilogy, I guess we'll call it, of Rise, Dawn, and War for the Planet of the Apes. We covered those on the Action Movie Guys podcast, so make sure you go check out our thoughts on those. We came to the consensus that it's possibly one of the best trilogies of all time. In our opinion, we thought it was great. Each movie is like builds on the other. Caesar, an amazing character. Even though he's mocap, Andy Serkis knocks it out the park. And I love those 3 movies. So I was looking forward to this one. And I got to say, I left the theater pretty disappointed overall. This is getting pretty good reviews. I didn't read any reviews going in. I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, but I haven't really dove into anybody's reviews. Not because I don't watch, I'm not the type that's I won't watch a review before going in. I just haven't seen any yet. So I'll probably be watching some after this just to see where I come in with other people. But it seemed like people were really enjoying it. I thought it was just okay. To be honest with you. One of my main gripes is this movie it's the longest out of all of them, nearly 2.5 hours, but it feels every single minute of that runtime. It has not as good of pacing as the other 3 movies. There's a lot of parts where we're literally just riding around on horses with the apes. And they're talking about Caesar, but not really. They go into a little bit Caesar was the whatever. And he's at this point, he's almost like a god figure. He was the original and he taught us all this stuff. But it seems like people have kind of forgotten, who he was and what he stood for. And there's long stretches where they're literally just riding around talking. My problem with this movie was, I think the journey of getting to the Planet of the Apes, Rise, Dawn, War, that journey of the humans slowly, getting sick. They created this virus. They get sick. They start dying off. The apes become smarter. And that whole kind of storyline, along with Caesar being such an interesting character, I feel like now that I've seen this, I didn't need any more. I'm far less interested in the world just being the Planet of the Apes, Earth being taken over by the apes, with the humans being barely any. There's one human character through pretty much the whole movie. There's one other part where there's a couple of them, but they don't talk or anything. There's one human character, and I told my cousin this at the end. I was like, the most interesting idea and concept that comes out of this movie is literally in the last 5 minutes. She has a conversation with Noah. He's the new, he's the main character in this. He's fine, but he's nowhere near as interesting as Caesar. He doesn't have the arc, the journey, anything like that of Caesar, in my opinion. This is more of a traditional sort of character, hero character. He's pretty bland, to be honest. But anyway, they have this conversation about humans and apes and how that would look now, and that I was interested in. And if this movie was more on that, I think I would have dug the story more. Instead, essentially what we get here is the apes are living. There's this clan. They're sort of they have eagles and they take care of eagles, a little more primitive, let's say. And then you have this other group that comes in and they have electrical weapons and they start kidnapping them. Remind me of Apocalypto a little bit, honestly. It had a vibe of Apocalypto. And then there's a villain character named Proximus Caesar, who I actually liked. I thought the villain might have been the best character in this whole movie. He was pretty cool. And essentially he has this you've seen him in the trailer, and he has this beachfront area and he's trying to get into this vault. That's pretty much the gist of the story. And then Noah, our main character, is trying to escape. And some stuff unfolds from there. But I didn't think it was that great. I think on a technical level, it's fantastic. The music is really good. The visuals are great. The effects are even better. Like, if they can be even better, they're fantastic. So on a technical level, I think the movie's fine. I think the movie overall is fine. Like, it's okay. It's way too long though. I felt it dragged a lot. The pacing is too slow for me. There's action scenes, but there's nothing like the action. Matt Reeves is such a great director. And Wes Ball, I'm not saying he's bad, but he's no Matt Reeves. So I thought this movie was just fine. It's like an okay part 4, but it is a part 4 and it feels like it. For me, I got to give it a 6 out of 10. I don't know if I'm way off base here. Well, I'm not off base in my opinion, but I don't know if I'm way off from what everyone else is thinking. For me, it's a 6 out of 10. Anyway, I will be back next week with another Out of the Theater review. So until then, take it easy.